Hello everyone, it's Pam here again with Tattered Paper and Lace, and today we're on week 3 of the Margarete Miller collage challenge, a 52-week challenge, and we're on week 3, so let's go over the prompts. We need a page from a book, from an old book, something with recipes, a photograph, a bird or a nest, colored tissue, and a shopping list. Again, I have all 5. I try to have all 5. I might have 2 of the prompts in one thing sometimes, but I try to at least have all the prompts. Now, I'm putting the prompt list on the back of the collage, and these are from a restaurant. These are coasters from a restaurant, and I don't like the fact that it's not covering up all the letters. Now I could use ink maybe to color in those letters, but I think that I want to just use another book page on the back here. Or do I? Maybe I don't. I tell you what, I'm probably going to try to do it with ink or something. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Okay, so I have everything. This is the background. Again, already have it done. It is a page from an old book, something with stripes, and my colored tissue, and I've already put these 2 together, is this piece, and I've already shaped it to what it needs to be shaped to, almost. I'll have to cut a little bit, and that's going to go here. So here is my stripe here, and then this is tissue. You can see it's gold tissue, and that is going to go there. And then we needed a photograph, and that is this. This is from Tim Holtz, and this is one of, when he first came out with photos, they were in the 3 strips, 3 photos in a strip, and then there was a set of, I don't know, 20, 30 strips that had 3 photos in each strip. This is from one of those, and she is going to go there. Then a bird or a nest. Now I had a little chore in finding birds that would fit on this 4-inch circle, and basically, hopefully, sort of tell a story. I would kind of like for everything to kind of match, even on a small collage like this. So I have these birds, and they're going to sit just like this. And then I made my own shopping list. I didn't have a shopping list, so I just made one and did it on a little piece of paper. And so fruit, cereal, milk, and bread is what is needed at the grocery store. So that's my shopping list, and it's going to go here. So let's see how I want to put that. I want to make sure I need for this part, because this branch ends here, so I want it to be in a place where it will end at the edge of the coaster. And I also want this to be underneath, but I want to be able to read most of it. And then this can slide over a little bit, and she can slide over a little bit. Let's make that slide over just a little bit. Do it like that. There we go. That's how I want to do that. Yeah, I think that's how I want to place the birds, because I want them to fill in as much of the, yes, I'm going to, because this is going to go under, so I am just going to put some ink right, and I'm gonna ink around the circle, ink around the coaster. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue here to put this bird down. So we'll get him all the way down because there's nothing going under him. And then I can move on from there, because then I'll have him in the place that I want him to be. And that will make that one fall in the place that I want it to be. So we're going to do it just like that. And then, let's see, move her down just a little bit. I want her to be under this section, so yeah, I'm going to have to move it over a little bit, and that's okay. And then I want this to be here, under this a little bit, and under the bird, this bird a little bit, just like that, where you can basically, yep, that's what I want, just like that. Okay. So let's put a little ink, a little glue right along here, and that will pretty much be where I want that to be, right there. Yep, that's good. Then I want her, let's see, I want her to be like that. And then I'm going to move this, oh, so she needs to move over a little bit, because I want to be able to see, because I want this edge to go over the edge of that, kind of like that. Yeah, that'll work. Move that over a little bit. So let's make her even with this line that says upon, right there, and right under study, and right in upon is basically in the middle of there. And we'll put that there. We'll go ahead and get that put down. These are fun. If you haven't tried mini collages, you need to try them. I know Barbie at Nellie and Ruth Designs had been doing some bird collages with Rolodex cards that were a small size. And last year, Belle at Bellaboo Creations, I think it's called, did her Margarete Miller on index cards, 3x5 index cards. So others have done some small collages, and I have done small collages in the past. And I need to move that just a little bit this way. It's not going to move, so it's just going to be there. And I have done some small collages in the past on 3x5 Rolodex cards. And now I'm trying this. I've not done too many round, doing a collage on something round. It is a different animal altogether, because you don't have, it's not the rectangle that you're familiar with. And so you got to kind of maneuver things to make them do what you want it to do on a round piece, and it not look odd. Sometimes it might still look odd, even when you don't want it to. Let's get this. Got some ink on me, some glue on that. So let's get all that down. There, that's good. Now, this is thicker. I will have to cut this down after I get it on here, because I think it's going to be too thick to try to do it with just the sandpaper. And so we're going to start with the scissors and cut it down. And I think that I am not going to glue the tissue all the way down. I did right there, but I think I don't want to do that. So we'll just go right along the edge. I'm out of frame, I think, right along the edge of this, right up to wherever we need for it to be, which is right here. And stick that down just like that. And I think I'm going to leave the tissue not stuck. And see, I've got this in overlapping a little bit, and this is going to be thicker than I want to try to do it with just doing the nail file. But what I am going to do after I cut this off, I will do the nail file along the edge of that area just to smooth it up a bit. See, and this is thick. This is a cardboard, a thin cardboard, probably about the thickness of a, you know, pad of paper. And the cardboard is, the coaster is about that thick. And so it actually does quite well. But this is, so I'm just going to do this to smooth that up. Just sand along it, and that smooths that up. Okay, then I am going to also, well, I can, this might, see, that just cuts it right off where it needs to be, just like that. Okay, and then I want to ink around this, so let's do that. I'm going to be, I didn't ink last week. I went back and inked. I forgot to do it online or in the video, so I went back and did it. So I'm going to ink around these edges because I don't know, I just think it needs it. And I am going to try and do some work on this little on the letters there, that on these letters that show right here. Let's see, this is well, this looks like it's dry. It's not that old. Well, it's kind of old, but it's not that old. Interesting. Okay, well, I don't really need stays on for that. So let me grab another one that's interesting. That is interesting. I didn't think that was dry, but it certainly appears that like it is. So we'll try vintage photo on that. And they don't have to be completely blocked out. I just didn't want them to be white. These letters that will show. And that way we don't have to cover the back. And it's okay if I do. I will on some and I won't on some. As you've noticed, I have on the last two. But I'm not going to this one. Just going to change it up. But that blocks that out. And see, now when I put this on here, the other words will be covered up. And then it'll just look like that. So I'm good with that. Oh, before we do that, last week I did this and then I had to keep turning it over. So let's go over the prompts. Okay, so we have a page from an old book, and this is from a 1915 food prep book, like you might get in home ec in 1915. Something with stripes is this little piece of scrapbook paper over here, a photograph, a bird or a nest, and so I chose bird. Colored tissue is my gold tissue under the stripe here, and then this is my shopping list. So let me tell you about this. Not all of them are going to have a little story, but I thought this one was kind of funny, so it has a little story. You see this girl's expression. She is not looking like she is happy with what's going on. These birds, look at this guy especially. He's giving her the evil eye. And do you want to know why? Because she does not have bird food or bird seed on her shopping list. So she's like, what? Why would I do that? And they're like, get us some bird seed. That's just kind of how that looks, because he really looks like he's not happy, and she really looks like she's not happy. So I thought that was kind of funny. All these collages are not going to be, they're not going to have a story. I tried to do stories with the others, but these are so small, I'm not sure that I actually can get a story out of each of them, but I kind of want the things to relate if they can. That's just the way my brain works. I like for them to relate, if at all possible. So we're just going to put that down just like that. I'm not sure I like this white against the really dark background, but I'm not doing it any different. It doesn't really matter what's on the back. I just want the prompts there so I can look back and see if in years to come from now, to see if I can look at these collages and figure out what I used as for the prompts. Because most of them, a lot of them are going to be obvious, but there are going to be some that are not so obvious. So it'll be interesting to know whether I recognize what is obvious and what is not. Okay, there we are. Week 3. And I hope you like it. I kind of like that. That's cute. It's very kind of vintagey looking, which I like that. I'm kind of enjoying these. But it's only week 4. Let's see how it goes when we get into further weeks. Anyway, I appreciate you coming along. I hope that you will comment and let me know what you think about these little collages, and whether you think you might try doing small collages. I hope I'm inspiring you to try it, because they're really fun. And if you have little bits and pieces, then this is a good way to use up those little bits and pieces. So I appreciate you coming. If you've just found me, welcome. I hope you will enjoyed what you saw and will be back to see me again. And those who have followed along for a while, thank you so much for coming back. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.